I am Autumn Martin, and I am a practicing sleep and pulmonology PA, currently working in outpatient pulmonology and sleep medicine. Today, I am going to be doing my review of the Sunrise alarm clock. For the last 10 days, I have been using the Sunrise alarm clock every single day to wake up and start my day. This video is going to be my summary and my review of that experience and if I think it's something worthwhile trying. I was slightly skeptical that it was going to make a huge difference just because I don't have any underlying conditions, but I was very wrong. Pleasantly very wrong. So I will say from day 2 or 3, I definitely started to notice a big difference in how I felt. It was really nice to not wake up and kind of be shocked out of sleep with an alarm clock. We usually have just the typical phone alarm that's set on high that just starts blaring at 5:45 a.m. And so with that 30-minute brightness window, I felt like when I was kind of starting to wake up probably a little bit earlier than the 5:45 alarm, but I felt refreshed. So I didn't feel like I had been jolted out of a dream or jolted out of a deep sleep. It was more of a gradual alertness, which again, I did not think would make a huge difference, but I felt so much better. I didn't need to hit the snooze button 3 or 4 times. I was ready to get out of bed at 5:45 a.m. when that alarm had gotten to its full brightness and the birds started chirping. So I will say that was something I was very pleasantly surprised by, was that it was definitely more of a gradual wake up. Other thing I really enjoyed about the Sunrise alarm clock was the sound options. So again, I chose birds chirping in the morning, which let me tell you was a super refreshing way to wake up. They have tons of other very refreshing, calming sounds. And again, I underestimated how nice it would be to wake up to a slowly brightening alarm and bird sounds. So that felt great. Now, I will say, for as far as productivity levels felt, I was more focused early in the morning. I definitely noticed going into work, I drank less coffee. So usually I have a full 16-ounce mug of coffee that I feel like I need to drink before noon. I definitely noticed I was not drinking most of my coffee in the early morning like I usually do. So I did feel more alert in the first 4 hours of my day, which was, very pleasant. I also did have more energy throughout the day. So typically during the week, I do have a fitness watch that kind of tracks my activity levels and calories. And on average, I have about 600 minutes of activity during the week. For the last week and a half, 2 weeks that I've been using the alarm clock, that activity level has actually gone up. So I find that I am doing more walks at lunch. I find that I am running more after work. And I feel like I have more energy when I get off later at night to actually go to the gym, which is something that I also found pleasantly surprising and did not expect, was that my energy levels actually were slightly higher than they typically are, just because I felt like I was waking up more gradually, sleeping better, and had more energy throughout the day. I will say with the Sunrise alarm clock, I was super impressed with how well I feel waking up. I obviously knew the studies and I recommend it to my patients based off those studies, but I didn't expect to really love it as much as I did. I had bought the alarm clock with the intention of doing these videos, trying it out, being able to actually tell my patients that I've used it in my own experience. That way, when I did recommend it, I could have a firsthand account. But I will say we won't be returning the clock because my husband also loves it. So I would definitely say if you are looking to improve the way you wake up in the morning, you want to have a more natural wake up, you want to feel more refreshed first thing in the morning, you want to have more concentration, you want to have less stress going into the day, I definitely recommend at least trialing the Sunrise alarm clock.